section in Jamaica, like some senior elders that can look down and say, call these guys in and say, you know, this thing is wrong or right. You know, I'm talking maybe like the Bruce Golding, the Colonel Charles and blah, blah, blah. But I never forget, I went to York Castle High School, and I always big it up, of course, you know. And the principal of York Castle High School is was my classmate. And he said to us one time when we all becoming 50, he said, once, guys, your parents used to take you to school and used to call them elders. And he said, you're all now elders. So we are now elders. We know our responsibility, as you right to say, to be the watchman for Jamaica, right? So when you have a situation where somebody is talking about a constitutional reform and you're not hearing the message being cascaded down to the people of Jamaica where they can have a sort of understanding our massive education program going on, that is something very concerning. When you hear that the minister is talking about putting something to Parliament to remove the king, when at the same time you have the talk about wanting Jamaica to have a third city. That's a constitutional issue. Then at the same time you have Jamaica talking about wanting to have hate language, hate speech. That's a constitutional issue. And then you go further with talking about Ministry of Peace. These are constitutional issues. So why are these things happening at the same time when you have this bigger issue of constitutional reform taking place? It seems as if to say, them take with the idiot. And therefore, and that is why I say, when people say to me, when I saw something about Ministry of Peace and I commented on it, I said, what about the 6 persons who are supposed to be considered to be caught up in illicit enrichment and making money, ministers or whatever? Shouldn't the government and the opposition come together to say, let's deal with this? Because guess what? That is going to manifest some sort of anger and disturbance. Okay, you have peace when that is happening. And then what about the prime minister disclosing what he's about and the amount of money he has? That is what the diaspora should be saying, as some of you guys were saying a while ago. They are not saying anything like that. Trust me, I can guarantee you that. None of them are saying that. So you see the problem that we have. So therefore, programs like these, that is why I believe that they will try to shut down programs like you guys, trying to educate people, educate mass of people. And I keep saying to people all the while in Jamaica, every time I get an opportunity, you are the boss. They are your servants. You are the boss. You are the one in charge. In the UK, of course, we can recall MPs if they're caught with their hands down. No MP in the UK, no MP being investigated could be standing now in a position walking around as a minister or anything. That couldn't happen. Never happen. The press would hound them down. People would hound them down. There could never be 6. I'm just telling you this. And therefore, Jamaicans need to move away from this green and this orange and stand their ground. And the responsibility that we have, that is yourself and Will Rattigan and everyone and Wayne, we have a responsibility whether we're overseas or not. So when somebody said to me, well, no, they're overseas, no, nothing. I keep saying to them, the Jews never say that. The Jews will never say to another Jew, you're overseas, don't talk about us. The Chinese will never say that. The Asians will never say that. But we have in Jamaica, we have some idiot people say, oh no, they're foreign, nobody tell us something. Oh no, can't tell us what you say. No, we have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility.
Ratty, make we hear from you, can you hear Latino?
Silburn, welcome to the program. It's a very refreshing voice. And let me say, one of the things that Wayne didn't ask you and you didn't volunteer is your political affiliation, because we don't care about political affiliation. We care about people and the country.